to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Chopa?
Can we please call the vote?
Okay, Mr. Roscoe,
Yes.
Mrs. Chopa.
Yes.
I respectfully decline. I respectfully decline.
Okay, of East Point Board of Education. Thank you. Thank you. Now we're accepting nominations. Now we're accepting nominations for Vice President. Vice President. Can you please call the roll? Can you please call the roll?
Dr. Early,
Yes.
Dr. Early,
Yes.
Mr. Williams, yes. Mr. Williams, yes. Mr. Roscoe,
Yes.
Mrs. Richardson.
Second and fourth Monday of each month, beginning at 6:30, and located at East Point City Hall, 23200 Gratiot Avenue, East Point, Michigan. May I have support?
Support.
Mr. Williams, can you please call the vote?
Dr. Early,
Yes.
Mr. Roscoe,
Yes.
Mr. Williams, yes. Mrs. Richardson,
Yes.
Mrs. Chopper,
Yes.
and Mrs. Whitby.
Yes. I move that the following resolution removes the following person or persons as signer on all accounts: former treasurer Robert Roscoe, and as the authorized signer of the district as the treasurer for the Board of Education for the calendar year commencing 1
Approve the consent agenda in its written form.
May I have support?
Support.
Mr. Williams, please call the roll.
Mr. Roscoe,
Yes.
Mr. Williams, yes. Dr. Early,
Yes.
Mrs. Richardson,
Accept and approve.
Mrs. Chopper,
Yes.
and Mrs. Whitby.
Yes. Okay, next we have superintendent's report.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much to all of you who came out in support of this new Board of Education this evening. And I'd like to recognize Dr. Geneva Early as our first woman of color to serve as the president of East Point Community Schools Board of Education.
Good job.
Thank you.
Good job.
So congratulations, Dr. Early.
Thank you.
So we continue on for our campaign for excellence here in our community and especially in our schools here at East Point Community Schools. I'd like to welcome the members of the board, Shelley Chapa and Darlene Whitby. I'm excited already by their planning and preparation to be here for the meeting. We have met and begun the onboarding for new school members. A fantastic job that this previous board had done putting together the onboarding based on the feedback of Addie Richardson and Cassie Gruenberg when they were onboarded. It really was a fantastic tool to go back to as a superintendent. It reminded me all of the things that they had lifted when they were new board members. Learning to be a public servant is a lot of work, and learning about the district. Both have shown a tremendous commitment to learning as East Point. So we got some training in data-driven instruction, data dialogue conversations. We got lots of time together with our teachers in listening to their feedback about other shifts and moves that we as a district can do in support of them serving our children. This community should be honored. The participation of our principals and our teachers at a national event was absolutely bar none. Active participants, they took time out of their weekend to be involved in this and to travel out of state, away from their families. They were invested, they were engaged, so much so that professors at the University of Virginia came to myself and Assistant Superintendent Fleming and complimented us on the high quality and dedication that was shown by the team that attended. So thank you to all of those teachers, social workers, and instructional coaches, principals, central office team that are investing not only in themselves, by investing in themselves, that will invest in their schools and will show up in academic outcomes for children. Transportation bus update for those families in East Point. You may know that we have, in the past 2 weeks, experienced some extended delays due to driver illness. Unfortunately, is that time of the year. Many of our drivers are sick or have called in at the last minute. And unfortunately, we have had to delay a few bus routes. We apologize for the inconvenience. It is not the service delivery that we aspire to, but we do appreciate our families being flexible. Our principals for getting that had declined the purchase of their van. We quickly purchased the van so that we could ensure to get it. The board did know that it would take our district team a while to go through the process. So I'm giving the community an update because I know it has been a concern brought forward before. In April of 2024, the van was added onto district insurance. Then the team began to talk about how we would put the van into operations. Our team made the recommendation that we would hire a direct hire driver to use the van. Our purpose for the van purchase was for small athletic team transportation, as well as homeless services to help with homeless families getting to and from school. We posted the position in August of 2024, and despite numerous candidate interviews, we have not found our ideal candidate. In December, our team decided, since we were unable to hire a driver, we would come back and review how we would use the van. We did decide to initiate a process for our active employees to be able to check out the van. As you can imagine, that's a shift in how you're going to run a van. So there were some safety considerations that we felt needed to be put in place before we allowed employees to be able to check out the van. Our team did purchase orders for GPS tracking for the van, as well as cameras. This is the exact same setup that we have on our buses as well, to ensure that they are where they are supposed to be and that behavior on the van is in accordance with our high expectations. The posting has continued to stay up. In January this month, operations has finalized the van checkout process, and the HR office is beginning to develop an onboarding and training program for employees. The board policy will need to be developed, who is currently facilitating a game now. We are so proud to see the increased communication about our athletes. The kids are noticing it as well, and we have a number of seniors who are set to graduate who are considering being held back just to have another year to be celebrated as athletic heroes in their community. This is Kyle Kane, senior, who took 6th place at this weekend's wrestling tournament. Congratulations to Kyle. You don't know it, but internally, Paris also sends us an email and highlights all of the athletes. And every member of our organization gets that email. And so some of our staff even take the time to email the kids and tell them that they see them and they're proud of their accomplishments. Our wrestling program has been growing and now have, and for those of you that have lived in this community for a long time, you know that East Point, East Detroit was a powerhouse in wrestling. So I'm happy to see that we have more student athletes. We were up to 19, and they defeated Missouri. Parents, please help get your children to school every day so that we can check and see where they are growing and where they still need our teachers to refine the practice. January 20th, there will be no school. This Board of Education and myself will be celebrating Dr. Martin Luther King with the Ministerial Alliance at the annual Martin Luther King Day breakfast. February 6th, Addie, and you should know my son would like to go again, and he wanted to hang out with you. So Gleaners Mobile Food Distribution will be February 6th at 9:30 a.m. at East Point Middle School. Thank you to all of the staff and volunteers that help with Gleaners, especially
Of the new positions you guys hold. Oh, and Mr. Williams, sorry. Of the new positions you guys hold. Oh, and Mr. Williams, sorry. I knew there
It's
was.
okay, you can't
I
sleep.
knew there was four of you guys. I knew there
It's
was.
okay, you can't
I
sleep.
knew there was four of you guys up there.
Treasurer Darlene Whitby. Very exciting to see all that. I look forward to working together, continuing to work together. All that. I look forward to working together, continuing to work together, improving the school district. And I am also an alum, just improving the school district. And I am also an alum, just like
The reason I
school district. And I am also an alum, just like.
The reason I say that I had a conversation today with one of the directors of Judson Center who said some time ago she had attempted to implement a program with regard to thing. And I realized that it's going to take some time for people to adjust. I get it. I'll be here at every meeting to remind you.
High school and the East Detroit band programs. High school and the East Detroit band programs will be putting on a show, and they will be accompanied by Danny Seraphin. Who was one of the members of the original group Chicago.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you.
thank you.
Is there anybody else wish to be heard? Is there anybody else wish to be heard? Okay, at this time, we want to do a little bit something different.
And to move this school district forward. With love and intelligence. I'm an intelligent guy.
Thank you, Mr. Risley. Excuse me. Okay, I would like to make the motion to approve the support for the instructional new hires, EFE. Here, come and support. Say, hey, I noticed this. Let's figure out a way. Here, come and support. Say, hey, I noticed this. Let's figure out a way to change it. And I think that's what's going to happen with this new board. So I'm looking for a way to change it. And I think that's what's going to happen with this new board. So I'm looking forward to working with each